Okay, for this video, we are going to take a look at reflections. In the last video, I showed you how to use the Geogebra tool to create translations, and for this one, we're going to take a look at reflections. Now, in our folder that we did today, Wednesday, January 25th, we have a couple resources down here that you can play around with where they show you some reflections. So I'm going to show you these two reflection try-its. The first one is just a app where you can explore what it looks like to reflect a shape. And this is just showing us a diagonal line, and we're reflecting across that diagonal line. You can see that the points line up on the opposite side, creating that mirror image. Reflection is a mirror image or a flip of the original shape. And notice we have our D1, C1, E1, F1 because it's a copy of the original. Now, the second link gives you the opportunity to try to create a reflection of the shape. So you can drag A across the reflection line. Notice there's 3 on one side, so there would be 3 on the other. I could do the same thing for C, 2, and then 2. And then B is a little tricky. It's kind of in an angle here, so I have to think 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I can check and it tells me that I nailed it. So both of these tools are really good to kind of play around if you just want to practice what a reflection looks like using the Geogebra tool. But in class, we created some reflections. So this video is going to show you how to use the Geogebra tool to create reflections. So first thing you want to do, just like the last video, is you want to turn your grid paper on. It makes it a lot easier if you have some grid boxes to help you with your directions and your movements. All right, so settings, show grid, major grid lines. Okay, then you want to come over here, obviously, where it says more and click it so we have the full array of choices, not just the basic tools. Now we're going to stick with that right triangle that we made in class because right triangles are just easier to work with. So I'm going to click polygon. I'm going to click on my grid for point A. I'm not going to click and drag. I'm just going to move my mouse down 4 boxes and then click again. And then I'm going to move my mouse over 3 boxes, click again, and then come back up and click again. So I just made a triangle using the polygon tool. Okay, practice using that. It's good to create a variety of shapes. I'm just using triangles for this exercise, but you can copy and create a variety of shapes. Once you make your tool, don't forget to put it back on the move tool. The move tool is so important. If you don't, it'll just keep making dots everywhere and you'll have a mess. So put it back on the move tool, then you can move your shape wherever you would like to put it. Okay, I'm going to keep it right here. Now, we want to reflect, and like we did in our notes, we're talking about reflecting over a line. So we can have horizontal lines, we can have, vertical lines going up and down, we can have horizontal lines going across, diagonal lines. I think like vertical lines would be like a mirror where you're reflecting the shape across a mirror, and a horizontal line would be like I'm reflecting a shape like a mountain reflecting in a lake. That's kind of what I think of when I think of horizontal. All right, so I'm on the move tool. I'm going to scroll all the way down to where I see the transform. Now, in the next video and in class, we're going to take a look at rotate. We're not going to do that one today. We're just going to look at this one, reflect about a line. Now, we have reflect about a point, and we also have dilate. We're going to get to these later. Right now, we're looking at this one, reflect about a point. So, about a line, sorry. Now, I notice there's no lines on my paper. Yes, I have grid paper, but I don't have a specific line. So before I can use this tool, I have to create a line that I want my shape to be reflected over. So go up to line segments and click a line, make a line. And it doesn't have to be a super long line. Okay, so I just did a vertical line here to show that I want to take this shape and reflect it over this line. Okay, now I can go down here where it says reflect about a line, click that tool, click my shape, click the line, and then voila, it reflects it for you. Let me show you that again. Create a line wherever you would like your reflection to be. Then go down, reflect about a line, click the shape, click the line, and you have your reflection. Now go back up to the move tool and then watch this cool stuff. I can drag my reflection line away from my original and see, look, C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes away from the center line or the reflection line. C copy 1 is also 5 boxes on the opposite direction. Now I can bring that line closer. Maybe I want that line to be right on top of C. C1 and C are on the same point. Now I have a complete mirror image line to line. Okay? Notice the drag. You can't drag the line up or down. You can only go away and forward. Okay? All right. Now we can do diagonal, but we're going to talk about that one in a minute. Let me show you a horizontal line. So I'm going to move this one kind of out of the way. All right. There's my vertical. Now let's make a horizontal line. So I come over here, find my line tool, make a horizontal line. There's my horizontal line. Now go down to where it says reflect about a line, click it, click the triangle first, then the line, and I have a reflection. Go back to the move tool, don't forget to do that. Now you can see I have a copy, A, B, C, and my B1, C1, A1. Notice that it is numbered because I have 2 copies of the original. I have a vertical copy and a horizontal copy. Now watch, I can move this up and line it right up and make it mesh right up with the original. I can pull it away, and every box that I pull it away, the reflection is going away that same number of boxes. 1 away, 2 away, 3 away. Notice the reflection copy is getting further away. Okay? Now, diagonals. We can create a diagonal line and reflect it diagonal. So I'm just going to pull this a little closer. All right, there we go. Okay, now I have, let's make it equal distance. There we go. So now I have 2 boxes away, 2 boxes away. Now suppose I want to do a diagonal line. So I come up to my line tool, and then I can make a diagonal line. So let's just make one. I'm going to make a small one here, like this. See that? Okay, there's a diagonal line. So I'm going to come down here, reflect about a line. So click that, click my shape, click the line, and it's reflected. Okay? Now, the other cool thing you can do is you can make sure you're on the move tool, and you can take any one of the lines you already made and you can rotate. And we're going to talk a little bit about rotating tomorrow, but you can make a reflection and then you can kind of take that reflection and rotate it. So this right here, this shape and this shape is a diagonal reflection, okay? So you can actually take the reflection line and angle it, and it'll create an angled reflection or a diagonal reflection, okay? So have fun with this tool. Again, you're looking at the one that says reflect about a line. In order to do that, you need to create a line first. That's the first step. Create a line segment. Like I can do one. I'm going to actually here, I'm going to move my board down a little and do one more. I'm going to put one at the top. Okay? So I'm going to make a line here. I'm going to put my line segment here. Okay? And I'm going to reflect this shape above it. So go down to reflect above a line, click it, click my original triangle, the reflection line, and then go back to the move tool, move, and then you can slide it down and see. All right, now my line's a little crooked there. I can straighten it out and make it nice and straight. All right, so these are my lines that show the reflection. And my copies, you can tell that they're copied because they're numbered. They have the little dash that says copy, and then they're numbered. Copy 1, copy 2, and the original copy. All right, have fun with this tool, and we will do rotations next.